Okay, live. All right. Cool. Just gonna sit here and wait for everybody to show up. I should really reminders, and I'm just fucking talking to myself here. Oh, hello, Travis. Both Tippins and Herendon. Yeah, two Travises. A tale of two Travises right here. Yep. 5 people. All right. That's cool. 6. That's a lot. Hello, Toho Society. Yeah. Hey, Toho Society. You're actually early. This is just when it started. And yes, I know not being able to go to G-Fest. Maybe I've never been to G-Fest. It's like on my bucket list of things to do. Was do that. Any more you want to say on Luca? I don't want to say more because I've already said it, and it would just be me just saying fuck a lot. But that's a good thing to say, right? Fuck a lot, right? Are you going to make a roasting characters a new thing on the channel? Probably not, because there aren't a lot of characters that give me a lot of hate like Luca does. And I just figured I wanted to roast Luca because Ladybug is a major thing right now. 2, Luca just gets under my skin because he's a character that pisses me off in a special kind of way. I don't know who SS Sniper Wolf is, and I don't really care. I really don't get into YouTube politics. I really don't. So let's not even try to bring that up, Billy. G-Fest is Godzilla-centric convention that happens around July, Travis, that is only in, I think, up north. Are you going? Yeah. So no, I'm not. To answer your question, Brendan, I'm not going to make this a thing in the future. Because, yeah, as much as I had fun with it, I was like, I don't know if I could keep up that kind of energy all the time. It's mainly in Chicago. Thank you. Thank you, Toho. What kind of monster... What kind of... was King of the Monsters screened at G-Fest? It was not. It was at Monsterpalooza, I believe. So, yeah. Couldn't go to G-Fest. Couldn't go to Metrocon. So, yeah, I'm stuck here, alone, with my thoughts. Woo. Hey, Marion. So, hello, Peter Ang, May Sun. A lot of people, 10 people. That's actually for a first and 3 minutes in. Yeah. Yeah, Billy. Which, by the way, I got some new pops, by the way. I don't know if you can see them, but I got 2 new ones. I got Han Solo with the actually they're both Loot Crate exclusives, but I don't have Loot Crate. They're actually gifts from my cousin who didn't want them anymore, and I was like, I'll take them. So the 2 I got were Han Solo in the snow gear, and the other one is Joker Batman Imposter. Yeah, so 2 new ones. And he also, my cousin, who is, he's moving in with his girlfriend, so he didn't really have any place for his comics. So I just took I took most of his trades. Yeah. So that's what the other stack is. I'm still, the other one right here on the corner is all the stuff I'm still going through from my Megacon haul, which was about 27. I've now levered it down to 12. Oh, I saw the poster. Why does the villain look like Jenny from My Life as a Teenage Robot? You didn't miss much, Bizarro. But yeah, why does the villain in this movie look like Jenny from My Life as a Teenage Robot? Oh, that's cool, Mike. Yeah. Because shut up. Because fuck. That's basically what the rest of the creative crew have said. I would hazard a guess. I would hazard a guess that. Actually, I lost my train of thought. Fuck what I said. So, how is everybody? Have you heard of City Hunter? I have not. Hello, RS. Here's Schaefer. Working. That's cool. I was working on my original short story that's going to be published in a few months, and I decided, you know what? Oh, happy birthday, Bizarro. Yeah. So I got friends going to both G-Fest and Metrocon, and I can't go. Pisses me off. Oh, that's cool, Awesome. That's cool, Dr. Awesome. You didn't miss much, Caleb. Whenever someone says, what did I miss on this on these live streams? You didn't miss much. It's just me sitting in front of a camera talking to you people. You didn't miss a lot. Yeah. Sorry, I tend to subconsciously. Oh, that's cool. I doubt it. I doubt MK11 will be the last one. Oh yeah, Fifth Turtle. I will say that it's a cooler idea and better than Venus from Next Mutation. I was really afraid when they said we're gonna have a fifth turtle and it's gonna be female. I was like, better not be Venus. That character sucks. It's not because it's a girl turtle. Because FYI, guys, the new turtle in the IDW comics is a girl, but she's so much more developed as a character than Venus was. She was actually, funny enough, the character actually tried to kill Splinter at one point when he took over the Foot Clan in the IDW continuity, and now she's kind of like an ally to them and got a blood. It's kind of like She-Hulk, the origin of She-Hulk, in that she was wounded and got a blood transfusion, and she got mutated blood inside her that turned her into a turtle. So that was cool. That comic's already out or coming out this year, like this month, I think. But yeah, the Ghostbusters Transformers comic, I can't wait for it. I'm forgetting the new turtle's name, but she did go by a different... I'm forgetting both names. But long story short, I'm excited for this new Fifth Turtle because it works in the sense of the comics as well as the storyline for that character. So I'm cool with it. Jinka, thank you, Travis. It's Jinka. I know it was something with a J. I knew it was something with a J. Oh yeah, it's already out. That's right. The Transformers Ghostbusters crossover is already out. I did see the Batman TMNT movie. It was really good. Like, a lot better than it should have had any reason to be. Also a little more graphic than I thought it'd be. I thought it'd be a straight-up kids movie. No, there's people getting decapitated, blood. Wow. I actually got to meet James Tinian, who fanboyed over the movie. He really loved it. No, she's not dead in the continuity. I've heard of Corpse Party, but I've never really gotten into it because Japanese horror is on a whole other level that I can't take. Hopefully, with the Batman, the success, because the DVD sales have been off the charts with Batman TMNT, I'm really hoping they not only do like adaptations of the next two Batman TMNT comics, I'm really hoping the next one they do is Justice League Power Rangers. I really want Justice League Power Rangers to get an animated movie. Because you could, well, aside from, fortunately, the actress who played Trini is no longer with us. So, aside from that, aside from her, you'd have to get another voice actress, but, or you could just change her out, you could change out maybe, no, actually, now that I think, I take that back. But really, you can get all the other Rangers back to voice their characters, and then, I think that'd really be cool. Batman and Shadow would be good. Just looking through the comments. So yeah, RS asks, aside from Shazam, who else are the other heroes that Batman Who Laughs is infected? I would say it's really hard to say because I wasn't even expecting Shazam to get infected by the Batman Who Laughs. That would be interesting, RS. Have you read I have been meaning to catch up on it, the Necessary Evil arc with Alpha 1. I've been meaning to catch up on that. Could be, Marion. I gave my thoughts on Mulan on the Comic Universe channel, so if you want to know that, go check out Comic Universe. I want to watch Vinland Saga because I heard it's really good. It's like a cool Viking anime, so I'm down for that. All right. Sure, Caroline. I'll give my thoughts on it when I see it. But all right, I haven't heard a lot of like stunning things about it. It's kind of weird because the only one of these so far, these live action remakes this year that have come out, the only one who hasn't gotten hate was the one who we all thought we would hate, which was Aladdin. That's the only one that hasn't got any hate. Like what I like about the feel of Aladdin with this movie is that this movie is not like trying to be like Beauty and the Beast and all the other ones that are just like, oh, we're the new version. You don't want to, forget the animated movie. We're the new generation's animated film. But this one, the Aladdin movie's more like, look, you know why I'm here. I know why I'm here. Let's just try to have fun, okay? So I give it. So apparently, for that reason, the live-action Aladdin movie is less cringe, I guess. But I'm actually excited for Mulan. I'm actually really interested in Mulan because it looks like a straight-up kung fu movie. Like I was expecting a lot worse, but this actually has my interest. I will say that much. Yes, we talked about that, Rakai. You know who should have been Scar? No offense to Cheechwell Ejiofor, but I would have picked Ben Mendelsohn as Scar, because Mendelsohn could have really captured Scar's eccentric villainous persona. Yeah. So, I think Ben Mendelsohn, who most of you guys would know best as Krennic from Rogue One, he would have been a really good Scar. I want to read Deceased in trade. I'm not so skeptical. I'm very optimistic because there's, like I've said earlier, there was a character arc for that for Jinkai already, so it's kind of cool that we're doing something with her, and it feels like natural to have that turtle now. Yeah. Also, I'm just in sweatpants, in case anyone knows. Like, are you just in your underwear, DPZ? No, I'm in sweatpants. That's the pinnacle of human evolution, right there. The wheel, the wheel. Cloning, finding electricity, sweatpants. We're done as a society. No, if they ever decide to do Hunchback of Notre Dame as a live-action remake, it's going to be really hard to find a good Frollo. It is really going to be hard because Tony Jaa just killed Tony J. Excuse me, Tony Jaa. I know that's a totally different guy. Tony J. really killed it, and the other actor who I could have seen play Frollo, the only actor I could have ever seen play Frollo, is no longer with us. And that's Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee would have fucking killed it as Frollo. He really would have. Jeffrey Rush, I don't know. Thinking about going to see Crawl. It looks, from what I understand, it's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and every other site is saying it's really good. I'm like, if I wanted to watch a story about alligators invading a home during a hurricane, I would go watch the news. Because I live in Florida, and that movie should have just been called Florida the Movie. That's what the only thing that could have made it more Floridian is if it took place in a Publix, and they had to fight it off by throwing oranges and fucking, tangerines at the alligators. It couldn't have been that. The only way it could have been more Florida was that way. You know what I'm saying? Did it? I don't think it took place in the Everglades, so it wouldn't have made sense. Although I haven't played it. I don't even think it's out yet, so I couldn't tell you. Sophia Boutella would actually be a good Esmeralda. Yeah, she'd be a good Esmeralda. Seeing as the set piece is burned to the ground. Okay, fair enough. I did watch it, which I'm like, okay, of all the places you picked to fight in was Toontown. That's such a clashing moment, isn't it? I really don't have any thoughts on that, Andrew. What old dude who plays Loki? Yeah, remake Bambi so we can traumatize a new generation of kids. Old? Dude, Hiddleston's very much not old. Again, Hiddleston, not old. So I don't know who you could get for Frollo for that movie. It'd have to be someone very elder, like very old. And again, the only person I could ever see as Frollo was Christopher Lee, and he is sadly no longer with us. Irons would be an interesting one. Yeah, Irons would be an interesting pick. Anyway. I do watch Archer, but not like to a like ad nauseum, essentially. What is up with my hair? Some like weird. I don't know. Peter Capaldi would be an interesting one. I don't know if they will, because if Disney will do that or not, it would silence the. Well, now we can officially say that Anastasia is officially a Disney princess instead of everyone forgetting that it's not a Disney movie, but now it is. No, I haven't watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Charles Dance would be a really good one for Frollo, but let's move on to something else because it's going to get annoying if we keep talking about this. Anyway, so what was I going to say? No, I think 2 rounds is enough, Jerkwater, because I think I've said enough of my piece. Oh, they'd have to put the gargoyles in there. I would actually prefer if they didn't. I'd actually prefer if they did. It's one of those times where you could take something out and it makes, honestly. Told you I was right. Well, I heard they're making another reboot movie again. Bizarro. Again, I don't think I'm going to... What do you mean the stream froze? I was just off in La La Land. I totally wasn't thinking. Yeah. Who said it was froze, really? Who said it was froze? Because all I did was just sit there. Anyway. Oh, I forgot to mention there were two other pops that I did acquire recently, and I don't know if anyone noticed. But way up there on the row, way across over here, I got Dracula from Castlevania and Kid Buu from Dragon Ball Z. Totally forgot to mention I had those, or if I did, I forgot totally. Oh, you didn't miss much, Carlotta, and hello. So, what do we got? I'm just looking through the comments right now to see what's going on. I read the first issue and then they never sent me the other ones, but then again I had to cancel all my subscriptions because, well, reasons. Oh, so do I, Caleb. Yes, I know what they did, and I've talked about it before. John Kent's joining the Legion of Superheroes? Oh, that's a Bendis thing. Never mind. I'm going to get angry if I do. That's cool. I got Batman Who Laughs and just regular All Might. What's the news for Ruby Volume 7? Because all I know is Blake's hair is shorter. That's about it. Goddamn chair. Fuck this fucking chair. Oh, it's being delayed till November? Alright, maybe it'll be actually a good season. Yeah. Which, by the way, man, can we just talk about all the shit that's been going on with Ruby's fan base? I mean, it's just been kind of like snowballing downhill for a while now. Like, it's been evident since season 4. I mean, yeah, volume 4, and now it's been very evident in volume 7. I still like the show, but, like, even I am like, there are some points in here where I'm like, Jesus, come on. I want to get the Ruby Pops, though, that are coming out next month. I'm really excited for those. Hopefully, you know, they'll come out with, like, Roman and Neo and Cinder. But knowing my luck, they'll be, like, fucking exclusives I can't get my fucking hands on. I haven't watched Genlock yet, so I couldn't tell you. Hello, Marvel and DC. Did they replace Vic already with someone to voice Crow? I don't know. Like, because I thought he did the last season before all the shit came out. Did they? Did they change voice actors for Crow? I generally thought that he did. Because I thought, because for some, unless they changed voice actors for Volume 7, because I thought they kept him until Volume 6 and then they're gone. But if anything, they should get the guy who voiced Crow from that parody, so this is basically Ruby. I turned into a bird! Why is my name sound with a Q? Oh, okay. Hello, Cody. It kind of did, Caleb. I turned into a bird. I love that episode of So Basically This Is Ruby because it gloriously roasts the show. My favorite one is like Weiss's superpower is that she loses every fight she's ever been in, and it's sadly true. No, I have not, Jerkwater. I haven't watched the Saint Seiya show yet. Didn't they bring that up in Death Battle? Yes. The comments certainly did. The comment section certainly did. Yeah, that's funny, Carlotta. Yeah. So apparently, by the way, speaking of Death Battle, after this fight, after the next one, which is Aang and Edward Elric, the next one that's going to happen is Mechagodzilla versus Dragonzord. And I'm curious to see how that's going to go. I don't know who would win. I think, honestly, I'm going to give my... yeah, I literally just talked about that. Yeah, the next death battle is Aang versus Edward Elric. I would have to give it to Aang, but I don't, Death Battle comes up with uses science for fictional characters, and that always works. But Aang, I would say, because when he gets that power of the Avatar state, dude is unstoppable. But, transmutation is powerful in its own right. And then you have Mechagodzilla versus Dragonzord. Well, I heard the rumor. I don't know if that's confirmed yet between Mechagodzilla and Dragonzord. If that's the one after Aang versus Edward. So I don't know, but for reference, I think what they're going to do, if this is true, I think what they're going to do in the Mechagodzilla Dragonzord fight is probably make like an amalgamation of Mechagodzilla, much like they did an Amalgam Godzilla for the Gamera fight. So they'll probably use Garuda, they'll probably use the finger missiles, the Absolute Zero cannon, the chest beams. They'll probably give him even the force barrier. The thing Godzilla had to MacGuffin his way to defeat. Also, lag coming up ahead, just roll through it. Just roll through it. So that's my thing, is that they're probably... And the other thing is that the Dragonzord, while it is powerful, it's very stationary, and they'll probably give him the attack mode, too, with all the others. But Mechagodzilla has wins. It has wins, whereas the Dragonzord is more of a support. As much as I love the Dragonzord, don't get me wrong, it's a powerful Zord and a really kick-ass one. But the problem is that the Dragonzord has always been used as a support vehicle. It's always been used as a support weapon. It never really took down a lot of monsters on its own. The Mechagodzilla, on the other hand, what other continuity you want to pick, it has wins under its belt. It has a lot of wins, and some of them are against Godzilla. Well, I don't make that up. I'm not making up the rules. This is Death Battle logic, Rakai. I'm not saying I would do that. I would have picked a version of Mechagodzilla. But what they do is usually make an amalgam like they did with Godzilla, using all the elements that Godzilla had from the three eras for that fight with Gamera. So they're probably going to do the same thing over if this fight with the Dragonzord is a thing. That's all I'm saying. Okay. That's Crow's replacement, Jason Leiberch. What's he done? I'm just sorry if I'm being silent. I'm reading through the comments. Oh, in case anyone's wondering about the Infinity Verse, Jason and I are getting very close to finishing the next chapter for Dark Phoenix, so be prepared for that. Yeah, so be prepared for that. That's going to be out I think soon, depending on Jason's work schedule. Also, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Like, I pretty much wrote all of Chapter 5 for it. Like, Jason is going to come in and do some extra scenes, but I wrote the shit out of that story. I wrote the shit out of that chapter because I was just writing one scene, and then it just kind of spiraled into other scenes. I've seen some. It's all right. Jerkwater. I've seen some of those oversimplified videos. But yeah. Sometimes, Caleb, I do. I do watch Decker's Shadow. Yeah. Oh, hang on, Carlotta. I missed your comment, by the way. Speaking of composite fights, Wolf Death Battle did a fight with the Voltron Lions, like the Teenage Mutant. They did Voltron already. They did him with against the Power Rangers. I don't know if I have a favorite villain in MHA because I really dig them both, but if I had to pick, it'd be Toga. It'd be a Toga. Yeah, that was, but it was the 80s version of Voltron. It was the 80s version of Voltron. Because it was like one of its first seasons was that one. Where they fought it was Voltron versus the Megazord. And Voltron won, in case you're wondering. Yeah, which, yeah. Nah, that's funny, Rakai. I think Thor would actually beat Star. If anything, Star should have been put. That's who Aang should have fought, was Star instead of Ed. No offense to Ed, but I just kind of felt like that doesn't sound like a fight that sounds even. But who am I to judge? Honestly, Star would have been a better pick for Aang to fight because on a power level, they're kind of equal. But who knows? Maybe they'll put Star against Sailor Moon. I guarantee. Actually, no. I guarantee you, if it's going to be anyone they put Star against, it'll probably be Sailor Moon. If not her, Madoka from Madoka Magica. Or it could be Sailor Moon versus Madoka. Who the fuck knows? All right, bye, Peter. Also, later tonight, I'm going to be watching BattleBots because, yeah, I was like, well, BattleBots is on tonight, and I want to do a live stream at some point. But I don't want to. I want to watch BattleBots first. So that was my train of logic to do it at this time was, well, I want to watch I want to do a live stream, but I want to watch BattleBots even more. It's the only Discovery Channel show I watch, really, unless it's Shark Week. That's really the only two things. The only time I ever give a fuck about Discovery Channel these days: Shark Week, BattleBots. That it. What is BattleBots? Glad you asked, Carlotta. BattleBots is basically these people who build these weaponized RC vehicles and have them smash into each other until one of them breaks. That's the abridged version of what it is. It is. It is destructive. Does no one watch BattleBots on here? Huh. I figured that would be something you guys would want to, at least some of you guys would watch, but all right. Oh yeah, that horrible ass Megalodon documentary. What the fuck? And what was even worse was the one after, the year after, about that another mockumentary about submarine, this giant great white that's supposed to haunt South Africa. Yeah. That one was even worse. That one was even fucking worse. No, it was not even entertaining. Anyway, so going back to Infinity Verse real quick, you guys are going to be in for a shock of what's coming up soon in Dark Phoenix, because yeah, we've been keeping really vague of who the Phoenix is going to pick, and trust me, you're going to be interested to see who is chosen among the group. Also, I'm going to be talking about this now because I was like, fuck it, I'll talk about it now. Was basically, I'm going to be doing another mini-series. I've been doing a lot of mini-series for the Infinity Verse, and I'm sorry No Road Home, which is the time-traveling story for Infinity Verse, isn't been coming out fast enough. Shit happens in my life, so fucking forgive me for trying to write something that I'm not getting paid for. My fucking apologies. But that's still on the list of things to do. There's also another story coming out that I'm doing that's still in production. And then we have this little mini-series coming up called The Illuminati, which is going to be dealing with the secret group of heroes who have been kind of watching over the Infinity Verse's not makings, but like the secret history of the universe, and they're also responsible for what happens in the Dark Phoenix. So that's going to be a big thing. Most of you guys, if you read the setup story, New Frontier, you guys already know that Zordon and Optimus Prime are members of this Illuminati. I don't want to spoil who else is on that team. I don't want to spoil it. But it's characters that I was like, yeah. When Jason and I were thinking about this, I told him, hey, these are the guys I think would be an Illuminati group. So what do you think? And he's like, yeah, totally. These are totally the ones that would be here. he did request to have someone else added in here. Someone who is outside in the multiverse. Someone who is in the multiverse. Yeah, badass mentor figures, essentially, in some cases. But yeah. And yeah, basically what this miniseries is going to do is very much like the Illuminati Marvel comic, where it's like these one-and-done stories that are like behind the scenes of every Marvel event. So that's kind of what it is. Hello, Ghost Cell. So that's the big thing that's going to be done by me. So it also won't affect a lot. Well, it's going to like shape some of the continuity, especially the final story I have in mind for it. They might. Rikai, not saying anything. Yeah, the spotlights are still in production. I've actually got one finished. Jason's working on one that's going to be the next one. And then I think what's going to happen is that we're going to do that one and the one I did back to back for those spotlights. If you guys have been reading the Infinityverse spotlights, which one is your favorite of the ones that have been out so far? Do anyone got any favorites of that group? Yeah, I kind of figured, Cody, it was Jaguar. Yes, Street Fighter is in the Infinityverse. What is your favorite character to write in the Infinityverse? Honestly, I love writing... there's a few, actually. First and foremost is Dipper. I love writing Dipper. He goes by his real name, Mason, a lot in the story. But yeah, I love writing Dipper the most, probably because of what we've been doing with Dipper. Mostly because we've been making him kind of like Red X from the Teen Titans animated series. He's pretending to be a villain, but it's really affecting his choices in life. I'd say he's a little more complex, a little more he's dealing with a lot and trying to deal by himself. Also, we're actually like he's not like whiny or anything. He's more like I'm shutting up and nutting up about a lot of stuff. And soon Mabel's going to have a lot of character development. Like she's going to go through some stuff too. I don't want to spoil it, but you are not prepared for what we are about to do with Mabel. You guys are not prepared for what we're about to do with Mabel. Yeah. We're not killing her, if that's what you're thinking. I will say we're not killing her, but she is going to go through something big. Yeah. Alia. I really enjoy writing those scenes with Randy and Alia. That's our crossover pairing in the Infinityverse, which is Randy Cunningham, ninth grade Ninja, and Alia from, of course, the Miraculous Ladybug, who's Reina Rouge, and they're in a relationship in this series, in this continuity. That's funny, Travis. But yeah, like I enjoy writing those scenes together because I don't know, I'm a romantic at heart. Fuck you. Probably, Carlotta. Probably. If you could do a music video, if you could do an AMV about them, that'd be great, Carlotta. I'm just kidding. You don't have to. Also, more lag coming up, just preparing you. But yeah. Also working on another miniseries I forgot to mention called The Mystic Wars, which will bring in our universe's Sorcerer Supreme, because in the Infinityverse, and I've talked about this before in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Into the Infinityverse video, in that story we talk about in that video I talked about how in this continuity the Pharaoh Atem was Sorcerer Supreme. He battled an ancient evil. That evil is Mirage from Aladdin the Animated Series. And Mirage is kind of like our Dormammu. She is pretty much our universe's Dormammu, in a way. And Bakura serves her. They have a very, like, Vader-Palpatine relationship. But basically, I don't want to spoil who becomes Sorcerer Supreme, because it's a character from Yu-Gi-Oh! You probably weren't expecting to get a lot of attention from. And he's going to have an apprentice with him. And it's mostly about this character figuring out... I don't know if I am, Caleb. I really don't know. Probably not. Probably not, and probably won't be doing more roast videos. So that's the, like I was saying, that's the big pull of this story with Mystic Wars, is that the character who will become Sorcerer Supreme is big. He's really trying to just deal with I was a monster, Morlag coming up, just roll with it. Also, Jason and I talked about the Japanese names, or the American, if using the Japanese names or the American names. We're going to stick with the Jonoichi. We are keeping, like, Ishizu, Odeon, and Merrick. One, because we're already, like, committed to those names. So, just roll with it, Carlotta. Just roll with it. So yeah, that's the, where was I going with this? That's what we're trying to do. There's so much we're doing with this universe that I really don't want to talk more about this universe. I want to, don't get me wrong, I want to, but at the same time, I don't want to spoil it. You know what I'm saying? We must not tempt you further. You could do that video for me, Carlotta. Just saying. No, I'm just kidding. Because I know that just agonized you. I'm not shipping siblings, Travis. I'm not doing that. All right, what questions do you have, Cody? But from what I understand, someone who was someone who I was friends with for a while ago once told me somehow we got on Ben 10 at some point. We got on Ben 10, and at one point, one guy told me, my friend was telling me, "Hey, you know Ben and Gwen weren't originally meant to be cousins, right?" And I was like, excuse me? And he's like, oh yeah, no, they were totally not meant to be. Originally, the writers meant to have it that Gwen wasn't related to Ben. And looking back, especially at that first series of Ben 10, there are moments in there where you're like, that's way too close for cousins. I was like, ugh. Like that suddenly, like the fact that they suddenly decide to change them from being friends, going on a road trip together, to being cousins at the last second. This made me want to throw up in my mouth a little bit. Like, whose idea at Cartoon Network went, no, let's not make them friends. Let's not make them friends. Make them cousins. So it is a thing in the Infinity Verse. So just thought I'd bring that up because that just struck out to me at the last minute. So but yeah. So I just figured I'd throw that out there just to see, like, yeah, that was apparently a thing that happened in Ben 10, and I was like, I can't be. Poor Carlotta. I don't know how this happened, but I've really come to really enjoy "In the Night" by The Weeknd, which is a song so far from what I usually listen to. Human Starscream. Sasha is straight up human Starscream. Yeah, she the way she talks about oh god, more shaky cam lag. Hang on, guys, just sit through it. That's the problem, is that whenever lag comes up, everyone's like, oh, lag, I guess I'll go. It's just lag. Everyone gets lag. Fucking deal with it. Which in the character, which is apparently named Etta. Yeah, we're just now talking about that, May-san, but yeah. Can't be the only one who looked at her and went, that's a witch version of Ryoko. That is straight up, she straight up looks like Ryoko. Like, that had to have been Ryoko. Yeah. Here's the thing with Gravity Falls, is that Disney's trying to recapture Gravity Falls. The only one that I think is going to be the true heir to its throne is Owl House. No offense to Amphibia or Big City Greens or even DuckTales, but their true peak now is Gravity Falls, and now every show has got to live up to our episode. That was very scarily accurate. Yeah. Everyone just went silent all of a sudden, so. So you guys can talk, I'm just saying, you know. Like, yeah. It'd help if you guys, talk back, explain the live stream. Any plans for top 5 favorite ship video? If you haven't done one already. I did one, but I think I had to take it down for some reason. But who knows? Maybe I'll do it again sometime. Who knows? Who does that, Travis? Who the fuck does that? Huh. Well, here's some news we can talk about, ladies and gentlemen. John Carpenter is co-writing a one-shot Joker comic for Halloween. Can't be because the Joker movie is coming out that same month, right? Yeah. Yeah. John Carpenter, probably my favorite director, is doing a Joker comic. Sweet. I mean, yeah, it's clearly meant to be like a cash-in for the Joker movie coming out that month, but fuck it, it's John Carpenter doing a Joker comic. Wait, it said it was co-writing. I want to see who he's co-writing with real quick. Ugh. Also, I'm guessing because the reason Bizarro, the reason why you bring up the Sam Raimi Killer Croc thing is because of Crawl, or as I call it, Florida the movie, like I said earlier. Ugh. Oh my god, just... Well, most of the... Okay, I think I know what you're talking about, Bizarro. I think I know. Oh, technology gods, why do you hate me so? Because really, I think the last Earth One book they did. All right, bye, May. Anyway, honestly,